This is John Williamson. I'm the executive director and founder of Food Rescue, and I'm here with Cameron Driggers from West Coast. It's what is it? Palm Coast? Is that?
Coast, yeah, Palm
Yeah, Palm
Coast.
Coast in Florida. And Cameron's done a great job with his organization at Indian. Let's see, it's Indian Trails Middle School, getting involved in food waste at his school, and so why don't you just talk a little bit about how you got interested and what happened?
Yeah, I'd love to. So basically, like you said, I'm Cameron Jiggers. I'm a part of a community service project at Indian Trails Middle School revolving around food waste. It's not just me. It's also about 9 other eighth grade students that are just as concerned about food waste as I am. Basically, at the beginning of the year, we were thinking about issues that we could tackle, and we all kind of had the common memories and the common problems in our life where maybe there was a point where we didn't have enough food in our family to go around, or we knew a friend that didn't have enough food to go around, and that's just a terrible situation that could be remedied. And we also thought about how that coincides with landfills and massive amounts of food waste that we just take for granted. That we have so much food and we just throw it away whenever we can't finish it all. So we thought about how we can um, take different angles and pursue different projects that could reduce food waste at all levels of our community. So that's how we
Yeah.
got started. Yeah.
So tell me kind of what your first steps were there, any hurdles that you encountered, and kind of what you had to go through to get going.
So it wasn't all easy. We did have like you said, hurdles to get through. Basically, the main challenge was trying to persuade the administration and the school district to kind of go along with our project because um, they were, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Basically, they didn't want to try anything new, and we met with many officials. Our food services director Angie Bush was very valuable to us, and she was very accepting to the idea actually. So we went through her, we went through other officials, and we kind of discussed what the benefits of reducing food waste would be financially, morally, and kind of environmentally for this whole school district. So they accepted, and one of the first things we did is we made the share table in the Indian Charles Middle School cafeteria, and that's been a really good success. It's really reducing the amount of waste that is created in the cafeteria because individual students are um, are acting, and they're reducing their own imprint. They're donating food that they wouldn't eat otherwise onto the share table, so that people who want more can eat, and people who don't want to eat all of it can put it somewhere other than the trash can.
So start from like start to finish from a timeline, from when you started to when you got that first share table up and going. How long did it take?
So our project started in about August, and I'd say we had the share table in around November.
Okay.
So 2 months. That's kind of the approximate right there. So it was pretty lengthy. We did have to get some organization. We had to plan it out, and we had to ensure that the school trusted us with that because in the case that it went wrong or it wasn't implemented well, then that could just really set us back. They'll set the whole food waste movement backwards because then the school district wouldn't trust us to try any sort of food waste reduction methods. But we implemented it very well. It's we don't have any fights or any sort of maintenance issues. It's very organized the way we do it. So I'd say after 2 months we have a very good system.
So one of the things that we talk to students about is to see the world beyond just their school. And you've done amazing things in your school, but you've taken things far beyond the walls of your school, far beyond the school district itself. Talk about some of those things that you've done outside your school and outside your district to try to inspire others.
Yeah, so like I said, our project kind of expands beyond our school, and it is in different levels of our community. And the local level of Palm Coast, we have met with several different businesses that, as you may know, businesses and restaurants contribute very largely to food waste. So we've made a pact local to our community where a certain amount of like landmarks, restaurant businesses, people think like landmarks of our community, they donate any uneaten food or any unsold items at the end of the week. Instead of throwing that out, they distribute it to us, and then we proceed to give that to local food banks that we're partnered with, and that goes people in need. So basically, we are kind of working as the middleman between food banks and restaurants, and we're kind of distributing any uneaten things right from the restaurant to the food banks. That's one other big thing that we've done. We've also been really engaged with community involvement and getting the word out on food waste to the individual people and households. For example, we've met with several different newspapers. That's how we got into contact with you, actually. That has been getting out the word on how you can yourself reduce food waste, like different tips and tricks. Smart shop, shop smart.
Yeah.
Throw out food when you need to, not whenever you want to. Basically, just different things that we can all do as individuals to reduce food waste. So those are kind of two major things.
So you had mentioned to me on the phone as well that you did some things with the state of Florida, and there's some curriculum that you've written. Kind of touch on that a little bit.
So even beyond our city, we traveled to the capital in Tallahassee to meet with the Florida Department of Education. There we discussed our project, what their input was on it, and basically we came to an agreement that food waste is something that the next generation is going to be needed to be prepared to fight. And what we did is we set up a time scale for when we can have our reduction and minimization curriculum for food waste implemented statewide. And this curriculum kind of covers on just topics that they should know for when they grow up and they're making their own food. It basically touches on what shopping smart, shopping for what you need, not what you want, when you should throw out food, being more cautious with expiration dates and being more kind of cognizant about what that actually entails. Like, you don't always have to throw out milk if it's a day over its expiration date. So basically, it's just full of that kind of that essential information that can really make a difference, and that's going to be hopefully implemented statewide, which would kind of encompass about 2.5 million public enrolled students in Florida.
Excellent. So how old are you now, Cameron, in your group of students?
We're all 14, actually. We are all 14.
So what would you say to anybody watching this today that says, "Oh, I need to wait until I'm 18, or when I get out of college and I'm 22, I really need to wait to make a difference in the world"?
Well, what we've discovered is that adults can't always be trusted to take action. Obviously, there is people like you fighting the good fight on food waste, but if you want to see the change you want to see in the world, you got to do it right now.
Absolutely.
A lot of food waste is going to be affecting your future, not your parents' future. So if you want to live a life, you want your grandchildren to live a decent life, you have to fight food waste right now.
Awesome. So tell me about one last thing. You've encountered the resources that are on our website. How have the resources on our website, since you discovered them, been valuable to you in any way?
Oh yeah, it's definitely been valuable. Until recently, until we've been in contact with you, we didn't really have a way to kind of convey our tangible impact with numbers and with statistics and graphics. But now that we have your online tool, it kind of lets us take what we've done so far, the amount of food that we donated, and translate that into other statistics, which may be more helpful to certain special interests that we're organizing with. For example, like the whole turning how much food we donated into greenhouse gas emissions. That's a really amazing thing that I didn't really even think of. With all just being able to kind of put that into a graphic that's easily understandable to the general populace is really going to be amazing for our project.
Well, congratulations, Cameron, on all you and your group have accomplished. I look forward to talking to all of you together sometime. I know we did this individually today, but we'll get this video up on your blog post, and look forward to seeing you inspire many people in the future.
Yes, definitely. Can't wait to be in more contact with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Cameron.